Let me take a time to say a special good morning to one and all listening to Classic Radio. Those of you viewing GBN TV, whether you're on Channel 7, Channel 11, Channels 20, good morning. What about those of you via social media platforms? What is the Facebook page, YouTube channels? Good morning. Welcome. It's Tuesday, the 28th day of January, 2025. Wow, time is on the move. Time is suddenly on the move. 28 days already within the month. Those of you via GBN's webpage, that's gbn.gd. Good morning to you also. Thanks for being with us this morning. It's to the point. I'm your host, GT, and I'll be around with you until it's at 10 a.m. this morning. It's Tuesday, and it's also the day that we do entertain, of course, the opposition here in, of course, on Island. And we have the new National Party Public Relations Officer with us this morning. That's Kitaka. Suddenly, forget it. I know. Good morning, sir. How you doing? I think I did that deliberately. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's our customary icebreaker, the name.
All right.
Yeah.
How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing great, GT. Had a very adrenaline-filled weekend in terms of our youth convention at the NNP. So energy, vibrant. I'm feeling the vibe and inspired and motivated by what happened on Sunday, the speeches that were shared, and yeah, I'm in that kind of mood this morning. So
all right. Well, let's hold on to that momentum for the rest of the morning in terms of the conversation. I want to get into that conversation instantly in terms of the youth convention, the NNP youth convention. Someone may ask a question this morning. What's the purpose of the youth convention? Tell us about it. What's the purpose of the youth convention?
Well, GT, that's very critical. And at our youth convention, just like we did for our national convention at the senior level of the party, electing our officials to hold the top offices of our youth arm within our party. And that's very, very critical. That's the most important thing that happens at that particular event. So at that event on Sunday at the Westall Secondary School, we had our young people within the party coming forward and selecting the young people that they would like to represent and to advocate on their behalf from the new National Party. So if I could run through the names very quick before we jump into some of the deeper conversations. President right now, elected president, is Amanda Japal George. Amanda, interestingly, she took part in the youth elections that happened recently in 2024. And she won by the largest margin. She actually won by 92%. So to have someone of her caliber and her commitment to young people be elected as our president, I think we got a steal of a talent in Amanda there. So she's president. We have Deputy President Tarek Frank. We have Secretary Monique Cummins, Treasurer Eva Charles, Public Relations Officer Greg Hosten, floor members Alicia Watkin. We have Alex Cumberbatch, Nathan Douglas, Darren Gordon, and then Rebecca Bennett as a final floor member to round it off.
All right.
So that was done there, as well as we had an open session where the young leaders, the president, shared a very touching speech that really lit a fire in the souls of young people, and even myself. Listening to her courage, her bravery, and her advocacy is very inspirational. And so it was very critical, and it was fun to see so many young people come out, because you know what's going on in the country right now, and a lot of people are afraid of victimization and associating publicly with the new National Party. Even myself becoming the PRO, friends of mine who I've known before giving me the cold shoulder. Even people who we invited to come to the event, sometimes they want to come, but it's like, hey, I don't want pictures to capture me and all of that. And so to see that so many young people came out, despite that sort of hostility and the bullying that takes place on social media, it was very, very, very inspiring. And I want to say thank you to everyone who came out. And the youth executive was elected, so look out for a lot of work going forward from the youth of the new National Party.
You spoke about a lot of the young folks who have participated and been elected to be members of the youth parliament, and who were part of the youth parliament, and also know part of the executive of the youth for the youth art of the new National Party. And speaking of the caliber of individual that you have mentioned, why is youth convention important? Why is the youth convention per se? Why is it that important, especially for young people?
Let's face it, GT. more than almost half of our population is people that can be considered as youth. That's a very huge percentage of our population. Very important. And these young people have dreams, aspirations, frustrations, pains, hopes that they need people to be able to advocate on their behalf. And so our convention is very critical to put responsible, hardworking, committed, brilliant young people together to be advocates and custodians for the young people in Grenada, to be there to inspire hope, to motivate them, and to advocate on their behalf for policies, programs, projects that put their best interests at heart and gives them the pathways and the opportunities to thrive and to manifest the best version of themselves. And so that's why it's very important. And as a party within the NNP, the Youth Convention, the Youth Executive, takes the responsibility very seriously. You can go back online and listen to the speech of the current president, Amanda Japal, and what she said. And she shared her vulnerable story of her journey and her, walking in and looking for mentorship despite being a black sheep and despite being different. She's sending out that message to young people, no matter who you are, whether you're academically gifted or not, whether you're tall, you're short, you're creative, you're skilled, you don't know what your life is about, whatever it may be. She opened up the arms and said, we are here for you. We are here to support you. We are here to work together to make our contribution to the national development of our country. And so, GT, that's why it's very, 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 very important. And you'd see as the different projects and programs of the youth unfold, and people will definitely get to see the fruits of their labor.
You spoke a wee bit about the message. Tell us about that message that really came out of the convention, especially that you may have thought that may have contributed to the young people that have been embedded in their minds. It was something good that I have attended or been part of. That message.
Critically, a big message was, you don't have to be fully guns blazing, fully decked out in green, house NNP to contribute to the work and the things that we are going to do for the young people. So at the end of the day, yes, we have a political organization, but we have demonstrated that sense of inclusion, of bringing in people with different views, different perspectives to come on board and work together. It's in our DNA as a party. And so that message was strong. Whether you're afraid the camera pick you up or not, we are also creating avenues for people to support the work of the youth arm of the party and the bigger, wider NNP party, whether they want to be identified as NNP or not. Because we do recognize that we have to be responsible and pay attention to the data. Because there's a lot of people who are reaching out privately and saying, how can I support? In what ways? Tell me. But here I can't come to them public meetings and them. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to be on pictures. But I dare and I want to support in ways. And we have heard that cry. And we're working with our different communities, committees like our young professionals and other alternative ways to create ways for people to engage. That was a critical message. Another message at top of the list, and it was echoed by our former youth minister. We see what's happening right now. When the current administration came into power, they made some very bold promises to reimagine the Imani program, to make Imani permanent, and to do lots of things for the youth. And we have not seen an aggressive action agenda take place to show that happening in any massive way to impact the young people of the country. Speaking to young people, unemployment is increasing among them. Mental health issues, stress. You drive around, you're seeing a lot of young men having to turn to playing some karawapi and gambling to be able to maintain some economic sustenance. So we, as a party, are focused on receiving the data, and we're saying to the young people of Grenada that we are going to work tirelessly to come up with new programs, to build on the ones that we had before, expand on more opportunities, to give you more ways and pathways to express yourself, to develop yourself, to thrive, and to meaningfully contribute to the development of your country. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're here to give you hope and inspiration, but we also recognize that you cannot put hope and inspiration on your table, on your plate, and you cannot cook that on your fireside. You cannot cook that on your stove, and you cannot take that to the bank and cash it. So we have demonstrated it before. Thousands of Imanis, the Empower program, Youth Biz, so many programs, Project Fly, that created avenues for young people to get engaged and to feel motivated, to build their self-esteem, to contribute. There's so many success stories of people who are positively impacted by those programs. Even I started in the Imani program, working at the Government Information Service. So we understand that responsibility and the hope that our programs gave to young people, and we could see the correlation with the increase in crime and other things that have happened that suggests that as a party, we must assure and work hard and put down programs and policies to give opportunities to young people. So that was another very critical message. Two more messages that were critical. One came from our chairman of the party, as he steps into that mentorship role and Godfather supportive energy towards the people. He assured the young people of the party that the senior members of the party, the stalwarts, are going to do all in their power to support and nurture and provide the environment for us as the young people in the party to thrive. And I think that's amazing to be able to have stalwarts and the most successful political leader and politician in our region to be able to be a phone call away to say, hey, Kitaka, I think you should watch that thing there and, observe that could get out of hand, or, what do you think about this approach? And to get that advice and mentorship and to download that reservoir of knowledge that then we can put with the new ideas that we have to build something special. That was another very critical message. And our political leader, she spoke about protecting and supporting and made the young people see how critical they are as the pillars of the new national party, the pillars of Grenada, to use their youthful energy to innovate and to drive the impact and the innovation and the new, fresh ideas that Grenada needs to propel us to our next level. And so these are some I can just summarize. The speeches were dense. They had a lot of food for thought. So I urge anyone who missed it, you can go onto our NNP platforms on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, and go back and look at the open session of our youth convention and be nourished and inspired by all that was shared by our youth speakers.
Okay. You mentioned in an earlier statement, young people are being scared of to associate with the new national party. You spoke about that. How concerned is it, or concerning it is for the new national, especially the executive and the senior members, of course, of the new national party, in terms of young people having that fear of association, especially being part of the opposition? How concerning is that for you? For the new
it's very concerning and unfortunate that an administration in power right now would use those scare tactics against young people. We all have fundamental rights and freedoms to associate with any political party of our choice, and that is afforded to young people as well. And that's why I was so inspired when I saw almost 300 young people coming out. And that also shows that there are a lot who are brave and courageous, and there are a lot who have their jobs and want to protect it. And I cannot be mad at anyone who wants to protect their jobs and their livelihoods. And that's why I said earlier, we are listening to that data, and we have already started creating pathways and programs and stuff that's not public facing, that gives them an opportunity to contribute and builds their confidence to be able to stand up. Because not everybody, GT, could stand being teared apart on social media, by people online who are of a very militant political stance. Not everybody could take the shame in and the embarrassment that comes from people just having a different political view, and your opponent decides to just tear it to pieces. And that's why I'm going to, as the PR of the party, I'm going to take this opportunity to speak to NNP supporters. Like, I am calling on you to not to go in the mud. Don't tear down other opposing supporters. Don't tear down at someone who might be an NDC or a PLM or whatever. Show them love. That's our brothers and sisters. That's our fellow Grenadians. And let us set a standard that we as a party are not going to go down in the mud and fight. We have more bigger fishes to fry. We have people who are struggling to put food on their table. We have a young man who might be sitting up in Moncton at Telescope right now with a little piece of jugu laptop with a dream of being a producer that needs us to create a better pathway for him to maximize and expand and realize his potential. There are serious matters to deal with. And so we're not going to be fighting and cussing and doing all of that stuff. So young people who are afraid of the victimization, don't worry. We understand. You have to protect your job. We understand that. And we are going to protect you, and we're going to create ways where you could silently and anonymously contribute to the work and be a part of this movement that we are creating within the New National Party. This movement that Terry Frank and Monique Cummins and Eva Charles and Greg Hostin and all the different youth leaders who came out confidently are going to advocate for you. So, yes, GT, that's definitely something that we're going to work on.
Okay, great. Kiwato, of course, we drew for a break. Let's take it when we come back. We continue the conversation after the break. Stay with us, folks. To the Point Classic Radio, GBN TV. We'll be right back after the break. Don't touch it down.
Ready for the ultimate culinary showdown. GBN presents Oil Down Fest. Oil Down Fest. Oil Down Fest 2025. Who will be crowned the Oil Down King or Queen? Compete to win in exciting categories like the most creative presentation and People's Choice. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 1st, 2025. And join us in celebrating Grenada's 51st Independence Anniversary in style. Call or WhatsApp 473-407-8458 to register. Don't wait. Spots are filling up fast. This one-of-a-kind festival will feature electrifying music from Hot FM's top DJs, vibrant craft exhibition, and captivating performances by local artists. Don't miss the tastiest and most exciting event of the year, GBN's Oil Down Fest 2025. Saturday, February 1st.
Oh, they look real good,
Proudly supported by Flow.
Classic Lighting Caribbean presents Everything Solar and LED, a classic trade show, January 31st to February 2nd, Grenada Trade Center, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come experience solar energy at its best through a range of solar-powered products, including solar multicolored floodlights, solar vision floodlights, all-in-one street lights, 3,000 watts portable hybrid generators, solar portable power packs, 48-volt batteries, and 6.3 kilowatt inverters, and more. And introducing our newest solar air condition units. Lower your energy cost with our range of solar products. Be part of Everything Solar and LED Trade Show, January 31st to February 2nd, Grenada Trade Center, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Classic Lighting Caribbean, lighting up our lives.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful life.
Let me me say welcome back. Welcome back to our listeners. Welcome back to our viewers. Let me say welcome back, of course, to Kitaka with us this morning, the Public Relations Officer of the new National Party. Kitaka, once again, welcome back.
Thank you, bro.
I want to keep up the momentum in terms of youth and the convention and so forth. I want you spoke a wee bit before the break. You talk about support. You talk about protection. And I guess protection and support, we say technically they go hand in hand. How is the new National Party, being in opposition, what are they going to be doing in terms of protecting and supporting, especially young people? Talk to me about that.
Okay,
what are those plans?
Let's start with the protection. Definitely now realizing the importance of respecting that you cannot publish people beyond their will in terms of like being a part of your political event if they feel strongly that it could put them at risk with their employment and their ability to earn, because in no way we're going to do anything to put people's bread at risk. So respecting that and then protecting that by creating avenues for them to come and be a part of what we're doing discreetly without the risk of getting victimized. Support. Currently, our technical committees and the youth of the party are consistently receiving data, connecting to the young people to find out what's going on, to also find out what they need, and to be able to ensure that any policies and programs that we're working on to craft in our bid to return to office addresses it as best as possible. That's very important, because it cannot just be a situation where you be reckless like the current administration and you come on live platforms and just sell wild dreams and hopes to people without having the practical, pragmatic planning and structure and processes to make it happen. Let's say, for instance, let's use an example. When this current administration came into office, they had a link going around that asks for young people and different people who want to contribute to the party, serve on boards and so on, to send in their resume and CV and so on. I have so many brilliant colleagues who did send in their stuff. Many of them didn't get a call, didn't get a response, didn't get no opportunity to come and serve on any boards. And we see some people now on multiple boards. You check? So that shows you're just saying things wild and you're not really following up on it. It also speaks to the Imani program, where they promise to reimagine the Imani program and give permanency to young people and do so many things for them. And we are approaching 3 years and I've not seen a new batch of Imanis. And this is the things that young people are saying. You know, opportunity, unemployment and so on is rising among them. So we now have to listen to that data and make data-driven decisions to ensure that the policies and the programs that we come up with can address those issues. That's major laser focus. Because this is not a drill, GT. There are young people that have dreams and hopes that have been snuffed away, and we have to reignite that hope and provide the avenue for that to be channeled. So that's critical. So the protect and the serve and support, super critical.
You spoke a wee bit in terms of the challenges and so forth that young people may face. Let's talk about those big challenges, or the biggest challenge out there, especially for young people in Grenada today. I know Sister Riles of Carriacou and Pitimock. Let's talk a wee bit about those challenges that your organization is foresee is most critical in terms of for young people today.
GT, okay, so that question kind of got me a bit emotionally, so let me just take a moment to just compose. You know, being outside, and I mean, I've been an educator, I've been around, I've been in the community, and sometimes your perspective is tailored based on just your circle, so where you're at. So if you're in a small circle, that's your data, and your social media is not a good place to really pick up data actually of the real thoughts on the ground, because sometimes it's just the same few people shouting loud at their voices, at the top of their voices. But now that I've become peer of the party and I've been in the belly of the country all over north, east, south, west, just engaging with people, it sometimes overwhelms me to see so many people just hopeless and just not feeling like they have any hope of the situation improving. You can see that I've been around to different spots, and the gambling among young men is consistently increasing. Sometimes I talk to them on the side, and sometimes they have skills, they want to be this, they want to be that, but they just kind of lost hope. So unemployment is high. The hope and the mental health issues, like a lot of young people are abusing substances, beating the bottle, beating the spliff, beating the cigarette, because people go to addictive substances and addict. On the problem from the root cause, you have to look at the pain that is suffering and the pain that is driving those addictive behaviors, and the lack of will and energy to do something constructive.
All right, Kitaka, we may have lost you there a wee bit. We seem to be having a little bit of connection issues there this morning. Hope that will of course.
Are we back? Are we back now?
Yeah, we're back now. Seem to be having a little connection issues there for some reason or the other. I'm not sure what's occurring there, but let's continue. Let's continue where you left off.
Yeah, so I don't know where you left off, but I was saying like the data is showing that unemployment, mental health issues, a level of hopelessness, and also lack of opportunities for them to express their talents and abilities. And so we have to address those things.
Okay, great. My next question I want to ask. You spoke a lot about the challenges and so forth, and with young people today, some are seeing, because when the young people hear of all the brouhaha, if I could say it like that, in terms of politics today, it's a deterrent of young people wanting to get in. Young people like yourself, of course, has looked a different direction in terms of how that is taking place and decided to come to the forefront. What's that message? You being a young individual yourself, sir, what kind of message would you like to give to young people who have that feeling that they left out of politics but want to get in but still don't want to get their foot wet in it for various reasons? What's that message you would like to throw?
Oh, you're saying that question triggering. Because even I had my fears, bro. Like, I had my fears of stepping up in this role when the opportunity came to me, and the reservations of it, and kind of what you've seen over the years and so on, and being open to being attacked, to people creating lies about you that you for yourself get shocked and you might even believe it. First, it's juicy. And so that must not be easy for most of the young people. And I consider myself unique to be brave to step up in this kind of times where politics has become so polarizing online and it's right in your face on social media. So I try to say to the young people, like, you're not going to be young forever. You're not going to be 15, 16, 20, 25 forever. There will come a time when you will be called upon to serve your country in varying capacities. And as a Grenadian, you have a responsibility to do so. Not only to yourself and your immediate family, but to the generations that have gone before us. The journey continues. Your ideas, your talent, your strength, your ability is valuable. And the president of the UTAM spoke to that in her message. She said, the black sheep in the village, whoever it might be, like, as a party, we embrace you and we value you and we see you critical and you have a contribution to make to Grenada, whether it be you becoming an MP, whether it be you becoming a campaign manager, you becoming a business person, an entrepreneur, you becoming a teacher, whatever it might be. Everybody has their little role to play to the development of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. And I want all the young people out there who feel like, nah, that is not for me, I don't want that politics thing. No, because we have to get serious and ensure that we put high quality people with the capability to make the decisions that impact the lives of the people in our country. We must do so.
Okay. Kitaka, we lost you there again. Of course. We seem to be having that little bit of connection problems this morning for some reason or the other. Well, let's move on. You know, leadership role in Grenada is critical, especially when it comes to young people. Being in leadership, want to get into that leadership capacity for some reason or the other. Now, the new National Party, you just wrapped up your youth convention and so forth, is putting young people to the forefront, as you also mentioned. How is the new National Party helping young people, I would ask, to become leaders? Of course, that would, of course, move Grenada forward in time to come.
Well, this was spoken about at length by our current chairman and former political leader, where he gave the commitment of himself and the senior members of the party to mentor, support, nurture, and create that environment for the young people of the party to thrive and to expand in their leadership positions, and to create that pathway that more young people can continuously step forward. Our political leader also spoke in her 5-point agenda for the elevation and transformation of the party that we're going to be launching our NNP Institute, where we are going to be providing.
Okay, we have that of course triggered a loss there again. Kitaka, I hope you're back with us now. Should be back with us.
Yeah, I'm back. So yeah, the political leader also has a track record of developing young people. The stories are countless. People who started working with her and now today they are PSAs and at the top of fields in Grenada. And her commitment for young people has always been evident. And with the establishment of our NNP Institute as well as a party, we're going to continuously be providing training opportunities for young people to learn and develop their leadership capability within the political realm and any other realm we can in terms of collaboration with other stakeholders. So the party right now is very serious and has been doing the work post-convention to demonstrate our commitment to ensuring that young people are front and center on the table and front and center in terms of leadership, and they're supported by the seniors and the stalwarts and can build on the foundations that were already established, because that's very important. We're not going to act like the other side, who literally abuses the elders, casts them aside, think they're expired goods, and loses the opportunity to download all the knowledge and the experience of the elders that we need, that's critical, that we fuse with the youthful energy and we make a hybrid, solid foundation that can sustainably create a Grenada where seniors can feel happy and comfortable, young people and all of us can live in harmony as a Grenadian people. Because at the end of the day, the mission for our nation from the New National Party is to create a united, educated, healthy, safe, and prosperous Grenada for all, driven by technology, innovation, and most critically, people's participation. And so that's super important.
If there are young individuals during the course of the day decides that they're going to review this particular program that we're doing right now and looking at it, and they're saying to themselves, I'm liking what Kitaka is saying. I want to get involved in, maybe with the new National Party for some reason or the other. You have given them the of course the aspiration, the incentive, the know-how to of course that the support will be offered. What are those opportunities you would say that's available within the New National Party for young people? What are those opportunities for youth in the New National Party? Seem to have lost you there just again. Are we having that connection problem this morning for some reason or the other? But I think you're back now. And I think you're gone again. Anyway, folks, we seem to have that little glitch there from time to time. And, of course, our connection, our apology for that. I certainly hope Kitaka will, of course, get that reconnection back in shortly, and we can move forward into this program. Let's take a short break. When we come back after the break, we'll certainly try to, of course, remedy the situation just a wee bit. Let's take a break, folks. We come right back, and I'll, of course, repose that question to Kitaka once again. Let's do it. I'll be right back, folks.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Island in the sun. Look at how we've grown, how far we've run. 50 years we strong and more to come. More to come. More to come. Going higher. 50 years we're blessed with forged in fire. Still reaching for more. Going up, going up, 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 up. Going up, going up, going up, 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 up. We're going higher. Going higher. As we aspire, build and fast as one people together. Bang, bang, bang. It's only up from here. Take time to reminisce on the richness of our history from the beginning. From the people who came through sugar and change.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's to the point here. Classic Radio, GBN TV. We're moving up to 20 minutes, moving up before the top of the hour this morning. With me this morning, I have the Public Relations Officer of the New National Party, Kitaka, with us this morning. And we of course, having a chit-chat, of course, our conversation have been dominated by, of course, a youth convention. But we're, of course, going to go through the conversation. Kitaka, I hope you're back with me. Good morning and welcome back.
Yes, I'm back. Is everything loud and clear?
Yeah, we're hearing you much better. And the scope ready to move on. So my last question before we have to take that, of course, I have that little issue rectified. In relation to, opportunities, as I mentioned, there are probably young individuals right now who are looking at this particular program. Maybe sometime during the course of the day decides they're going to review this program and listen to all of what you have mentioned. What are those opportunities for youth within the New National Party, if you could share that with us this morning?
Well, GT, right now, as I was about to say, there is a lot of work and opportunities in the party right now because we have about 25 committees. So we have logistics and planning and events and PR. You could do social media. You want to do data analytics, like whatever skills you might have. If you look at the party and all the different arms of the party, we're looking to have young people support, get mentored, learn and develop. Canvassing, doing research gathering, youth engagement. You want to come and speak on a platform, you want to be on a podcast, like whatever talent you might have, reach out. So now you might have things that you're interested in that we're not thinking about, that we should be thinking about, and we want to know about it. So feel free, reach out to our social media on the our social media platforms. Call up Amanda and Terry and the different youth representatives. Reach out to them. We're also going to be coming to your communities. So we're going to engage with you and you're going to find out, because we are about finding all the different ways for you to engage. And it might be, I know when I was young, I had a dream to be a footballer. I wanted to be coaching like Alex Ferguson and Jose Mourinho. Maybe I might still be that, but other opportunities came and I took it. And sometimes it wasn't in line with my initial vision of my life, but I learned a lot. I made connections. I developed skills that are very useful today. So I encourage you to even be open to even doing things that might be outside of your own scope of interest right now. Because I believe when you're young, you need to experiment, you need to try things, and you need to get as much experience as possible. And as you mature, when you come to your 30s, you get into your 40s, you are able to focus now because you would have tried different things. You see what you like, what you don't like, you see what you pick up today and you drop it tomorrow because you don't really like it. And then you have the data to help you to commit and to stay on course to something that you really sets your soul alight and can create an impact that could make you feel good about yourself when you lie down on your bed or your rocking chair later on in retirement.
Some folks may ask the question. They hear you speak a lot about the opportunities from the new National Party for young people. Folks may say there may individuals who may want to be, a little bit open and said the new National Party has been an organization, a party that's held the realm of government in Grenada for previous years. Why are young people the way they are still, knowing that the new National Party, which as you speak, have that love and appreciation for young people? Why are young people still the way they are, knowing that for a vast period of years, the new National Party held the realm? Why wasn't more done for young people, if I could speak about, if we could ask that question?
But that's a very simple question. I mean, every year, every day, more young people are going to be born and come into the world. So it's a continuous process that you have to continue and maintain, as well as our track record is there to show the many programs and policies that we put in place that give thousands of young people the opportunities. We could see so many Grenadians have been qualified, got scholarships, got apprenticeship in different organizations, and are able to now contribute meaningfully at the top of the game in Grenada as a result of some of those programs. So that commitment has been there, and a lot have climbed the ladder, as well as a lot is going to continue to climb the ladder when we return to office, as well as young people are coming up today with new ideas, new opportunities, new challenges. So it has to be something that you have to continuously do. And that's why it worries us that over the last...
All right. We still started to get that a little bit of a glitch from there. All right.
Ensuring... Hello?
No, you there. Go right ahead, please.
That level of aggression that is necessary to keep taking in more batches of Imani, providing more expansion in the Empower program, like doing more with Project Fly, bringing in new programs that could engage young people in various sectors. So I think that it is critical, and I'm worried about the current situation now. And definitely we are going to continue to work when we get back into office to expand on the opportunities that we once had, create new ones, innovate, and create more pathways for young people. And the work would always be important. It goes back, like let's say the road situation as well. I hear people say, oh, the roads were built long time and the roads get mashed up because NMP that built the road from since when, and them roads mashing up now and rain falling, sun shining. The truth of the fact is, whether you're living in Grenada, America, wherever, you have to maintain infrastructure. If you leave it, it's going to be destroyed. Similar with projects and programs for young people, you have to keep doing more and more and more, and there'll always be more that needs to be done. So we cannot and we can't afford to take our foot off the pedal. So I'm calling on the current administration to put your foot on the pedal to ensure that you carry the baton and ensure that the opportunities continue to flow for young people, because they are coming out of school by the thousands every year, and that's a responsibility we have.
The present administration, of course, said that, maybe the money programs and other programs that were put on by the past administration, being the party that you are part of, who held the realm of the past administration, what did nothing for young people, or not much. And the plans that they have now may uplift the young people more. Do you agree or disagree with that maybe the plans that were put out there by the past administration, the NMP, when they were in power, when they held the realms of power, young people may not have succeeded within those plans? You gave an account that they are some. I'm not saying there aren't any, but why is it the debate still going on out there in terms of young people haven't seen the level of achievement being thrown out to them as they should? So explain that.
All right, so GD, okay. Like this current administration likes to throw out very wild statements. Like imagine having like a serious leadership of a party, like the Prime Minister and other colleagues, to come out and say things like nothing was done in Grenada in 23 years, or no benefit from the money program. Obviously, anybody with a brain cell in their mind can solidly refute those bold claims as very juvenile generalizations that has no grounded in actual factual data. You check? So let's put that on the table. So now let's go to the Imani program.
Well, are you saying there was no problems with those programs at all over the years?
No, hold on. I'm going to the program. So nothing would be perfect, bro. There are many success stories within the Imani program, as well as there might be some people that would have ideas. Even as a party, we have publicly recognized that no program we created was perfect. That would be ludicrous to make that claim. But it's not about it not being perfect or being perfect. It's about, are you continuously taking steps to tweak and improve it, to make it better, and to respond to the data that is being presented, to ensure that it gets fit for purpose, not only for now, but also for the future. Because let's say you might have a Imani program that worked in 2000 and it did well, and then you might realize you're in 2010 and you have to tweak it. You realize you go to 2025. Every year things increase, your iPhone updates, so things need to be improved. So I cannot support an administration who comes forward and just totally disregards what was done before and the merit that it brought, despite the challenges. There's a difference. You can see the glass half empty as well as you can see the glass half full, and build on what was there and not just scrap it or not give it the support that it needs to go to the next level, and then just speak about something new that's coming that would take time to establish and set up, because there are young people right now who need support. And you might look at the stipend and so on as small, but it made an impact in people's lives, and it gave them hope and a sense of purpose to come and contribute. And also the scholarships that they got to become who they are today. And I think you're giving me an idea here on the program to be able to do a series where we can show some of the stories of the many people who have been touched and impacted by the Imani programs and the programs over the years, so that we can show a different conversation into the narrative, and so people can have a more balanced view, and not to completely look at it as horrible or to completely look at it as perfect, because that's not the world we live in. We always have to improve and keep getting better.
All right. Kitaka, we do for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, of course, we're going to kind of open up the conversation a little bit more, of course. Kind of a slight diversion from the youth convention and so forth, and matters referring to youth. Give the opportunity to our listeners and viewers out there who may have a question or two they may like to throw at you this morning. You can feel free to do so in the next segment. We'll be right back. Stay with us, folks. To the Point Classic Radio, GBN TV. We'll be right back.
If you're
Love Fest, who single, who taken, who looking, we want to know, and we're going to find out. February 15th is all about Love Fest. Quarantine Point is the place to be. Boys here alongside the Bad Squad band going to be live and in living colors, up close, personal and very intimate. So make sure and get your tickets right now. It's only $100, but if you're coming in couples, it's $180. So make sure and get our tickets right now. Ladies, it's all about you, right? But you don't want everybody to come out. Single people, married people, everybody couple up. Just come out, man. We're going to have a good time, right? Love Fest is a place to be.
welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. It's Tuesday, the 20th day of January 2024. We're inside the final segment of today's program, To The Point, and with me this morning, I have the Public Relations Officer for the New National Party, Mr. Kitaka, with us this morning, and of course, we're having a bit of a conversation. Kitaka, good morning once again, and welcome back.
Yes, bro, I'm here. Thank you.
I did promise you some calls in this segment. I already have someone on the line, but I wanted, before I actually entertain the caller, let me get the caller in, and then I'll probably throw a question. There's a question that came to mind, but I'll entertain the caller first, and then we get to the question. Hopefully time permits. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you, and good morning to your guest. I can't pronounce the name, so probably want to try.
All right. Kitaka. Three syllables. You got it. You can do it, bro.
Contrary to a lot of views, I've never been a part of any political organization. I've never had a membership party. The closest I ever got to becoming part of a political organization, I think he was also close to the organization, was the TGM. But the leader then knew, and I told him that there is no way, based on my principles, I'll ever be a member of a political party.
Caller, there seems to be some device in the background on your end for some reason that is causing the feedback.
No. All I have is a phone ringing. Yeah. But what I'm saying is this: we need to have strong organization, strong parties.
I'm not hearing it at all now.
We need to have strong opposition, right? Because I always believed in that, even when the NNP was in government. But if you want to be believed, you have to start with truth. And I heard you say a couple of weeks ago, you used the word.
Caller, there's really a bit of a difficulty in terms of listening to you because there's something that is created. I'm not sure if it's something with the phone.
On in my house. Nothing. Absolutely nothing on in my house.
It's kind of weird what is happening though, but I'm not sure.
There's nothing on.
Go right ahead.
Yes.
I'm hearing him.
You're hearing me, right? You spoke of the rapidly rising rate of unemployment in Grenada. Is this a reality in our Grenada today? I understand that there are some parts of the country where it's not viable for folks to leave and come down to work in town. And there are some areas where we need to have more opportunities for people with other skills. But everywhere you go in Grenada, every job site, almost every business place, people are looking for workers. I've known of people who skipped 4 jobs in a few months because they can get work. So for you to say the rapidly rising rate of unemployment, I don't think this is true. And that to me means that you are not coming from a very sound or very believable stance. Now, the matter of youth in politics and leadership. One of the greatest problems we have in Grenada right now, again, let's come back to that, is not unemployment, The fastest growing category of young people in Grenada today is a category called unemployable. That's the fastest growing category. Not the unemployed, the unemployable. And many of our young people have left school without skills. Many of them have poor attitude towards work, and they are not able to be employed. We have to work with them. It didn't start in the last 2.5 years. It started long before we lost them.
Caller, for some reason, we may have to, of course, aboard the call. I hope that Kitaka was able to get the first segment of your conversation because for some reason there's a terrible noise in the background. I'm certain it's not coming from my end. But I guess you got the majority of what he did say.
Yeah, I got the gist of what he said. And, of course, there's going to be dispute about that.
All right, and we have lost you now, Kitaka, for some reason or the other.
I'm speaking about the data that's received in terms of needing jobs. So if we do some more investigation as we continue, we might find out that some of those people are unemployable. Or some of them may not even know those jobs exist. So the data is being collected, and based on data that has been collected, there is a loss of unemployment, and the responsibility is there both to provide opportunities for them to be trained. That's why the Imani program is very critical, because it provided an opportunity for kids to get opportunities to be trained and to get opportunities to contribute. And that's why it's very critical. So the fact that we haven't had a new batch of Imanis is a concern. over the last 3 years, and the work continues to create more, to engage young people. And you speak about the education system, very critical to be able to ensure that the young people can have the skills and talents that is needed for those jobs that are developing, the new jobs, as well as to ensure that they can excel at those that might come. But you can also see that our economy has been contracting. So I'm not sure if his statistic is accurate in terms of you go through town, you drive around, businesses are closing early. You can see the lack of economic activity. I have so many entrepreneurial friends who are thinking about leaving their current business and finding other avenues based on the state of the economy right now. So I don't know if the economy contracting can be resulted into a lot of jobs. I also know that a lot of businesses have layoff people as a result of the minimum wage mandate because they're not making as much money as they used to, and the wage bill has increased, and they're forced to decide, okay, do I keep 5 employees or do I keep 2 or 3? So I don't think it's accurate in terms of some of the key performance indicators of the economy suggest that some sectors and some areas are not experiencing what he's talking about. But the research needs to continue so we can get a clearer picture and go deeper and be able to ensure that we address it effectively so that these people are taken care of.
Okay. Kitaka, we do have another caller via WhatsApp. Good morning, and you're live.
Yeah, GT, I don't know if it's WhatsApp, but the WhatsApp been going in and out. Sometimes I can't hear nothing.
Okay, go right ahead, please. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm still going to try. Okay, I've been listening to this brother. Right? And first, I want to say good morning to you both. And
good morning.
This brother, I think he meant well, but he need to be a little more educated when he comes, because he's talking about some stuff that I don't think he have any idea of what he's speaking about. Basically, no disrespect to you, and I could point out a couple of them, because he had mentioned about the seniors, about the administration don't care about the seniors, which is not a true statement, because look at True Burial, how the seniors was treated and bring down to Grenada, given a home, and when they came back, they had a home to go to. GT?
Yes, we are here. We're hearing you. Of course, we've been having that connection problem this morning, but go right ahead. You're there.
Okay, and the seniors will be the first set to get the houses from the people in Trinidad.
All right. Usually, of course, our challenge with, of course...
Question for the gentleman.
Go right ahead, please.
I have 2 questions for the gentleman. Okay, my question is that the last conference they had, Ms. Pierre made some statement, and the gentleman endorsed the statement, where they were talking about...
Caller, we may have lost the caller there again due to connection problem. Our apology for that, folks. Sometimes we do have those challenges. Let's try another caller. We may have lost that caller also. Kitaka, you know what it's like sometimes, of course, with the challenges with the internet service in Grenada, and our apology for that. Let's try a caller from the direct line, see how this one works. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, GT.
Caller, go right ahead, please.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go right ahead, please.
All right. Yeah, I just want to point out a few facts about the youth and the progress that this government has made with regards to youth. So let's start with salaries. The very steady money that the gentleman is speaking about has received for the first time increase in salaries. Right? 1. 2. Those same youth, their future is being planned for by the new pension plan. They will have a pension when they retire, when they get older. It has not been done and not considered for the youth prior. We also have a lot of new initiatives that target the youth. The creative economy.
GT, I'm not hearing the gentleman clearly.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why are we having that problem this morning. I'm not sure if there's a problem with our phone service this morning, but there's a noise that seems to be popping in from time to time. Caller, you there?
I am there. I hope you get your technology fixed. That's quite unfortunate.
Yes, but go right ahead. Go right ahead, please. See if we can continue with what you were saying.
So I'll just point out some progress that this government has made under the youth programs. The creative economy is one of them. All right, we have had hundreds of young people and senior people also who have benefited from this initiative, started new businesses, expanded businesses, and are able to use their very talent that he's speaking about in a meaningful way to contribute to the economy. Our focus, and by the way, speaking to the Public Relations Officer of the National Democratic Congress, Orlando Romaine.
Okay.
Our focus is to empower youth, right? We recognize that there are limited jobs in this country, and we want to ensure that our youth can be the creators of those jobs, right? By focusing on entrepreneurship. The creative economy is one such element that offers that. We've also launched a very comprehensive program in cybersecurity, where we are training over 100 youths right now as a pilot program in cybersecurity. Once they graduate from that program, they will be receiving immediate job placement with starting salaries at about 15 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. That has not been done for the youth in a long time. It's not just lip service, and it's not just programs that keep youth at the same point. When we speak about youth, we're speaking about the future. And we have to ensure that when we develop people, we can develop them in a holistic way. All right? We will also be launching within the coming months a program targeted at soft skills, because a caller previously mentioned that there's a lot of unemployable persons within Grenada. And that may be a true statement. Right? And most employers complain about the soft skills, discipline, time management, punctuality, critical thinking. Those are some things that has been forgotten or ignored for quite a long time. You can train somebody on the technical skills, but you can't necessarily without the soft skills, they can't necessarily progress. And so we are looking to address that area. All right, so there's a lot that has happened for the youth that is different from what the previous administration has done. So they may not identify it as progress for the youth because they probably may see that progress in a particular way. Medial jobs here and there. But what we want to do entirely is empower youth so that they can become the creators of new jobs and the innovators of our economy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you a whole lot. And Kitaka, I'm not sure if you want to respond to, of course, the caller. I guess you got, of course, all a majority of what he did.
Can you hear me, GT?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
A few things I'd like to respond to quickly.
Yes.
So the first person that called and said about seniors, the point I was making about seniors was involving them in the process of leadership. And he spoke about seniors getting houses in Karakou. Of the 50 houses promising the Build Back Better initiative,
all right, Kitaka, I hope you're there with us this morning.
Was that Mr. Orlando? Was that Mr. Orlando Romaine that called as the PRO from the...
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay. So he spoke about the cyber training, and what else did he spoke about? The creative industry?
Yes, more or less, yes.
Okay. So, commendations to you, Mr. Orlando, on those initiatives. However, Mr. Orlando, we have to also think about our population. We are 100 and something thousand people. There are a large amount of young people who have varying interests, who may not fall within your ambiguous definition of what a creative is, as well as they may not be into cybersecurity. Contrast that to thousands of young people who were inducted across various segments of our population in areas that are existing jobs and have been able to contribute and develop skills within our country over the years in our Imani program that needs to be improved and needs to be focused on. So while you touch your horn about what you have done with the 100 people who are supposed to be in training and what you have done in the creative sector, which is another small segment of our population, I urge you, sir, to look to a lot of the other young people who may have interests outside of those fields that you just articulated. And you can look back at the track record of the new National Party in terms of providing way more opportunities for a larger mass of people. So whether or not you want to minimize that or say that what is now is better, okay, but you need to get to work immediately. It's 3 years. You guys have a lot of work to do to engage a lot more of young people, because every day that passes is another day where they are left without an opportunity, especially if they don't want to get into the fields that you are doing currently. So we are calling on you, and our political leader has called on you guys as well to do more, to expand, to reimagine, and to ensure that the young people of Grenada have hope to develop and expand. You guys do a lot of lip service. We have a track record of actually executing. So I wanted to make that point very, very importantly. And this current administration has a habit of not doing much, and when they do something, they want to shout it from the mountaintop and expect the people to be in salute, while there's so much more to be done. So it's important. Just as when we were in office and we were doing a lot for the country and we were still criticized to do better, so you are now in the driving seat, and therefore people are going to continue to ask you to do better and to do more and to do more for the people. So thank you for calling, my brother Orlando. I definitely like to see that I'm pulling you out to be more active as well as the PR of the party and to put the information out to the people. So I look forward for more healthy discourse like this and on any platform for us to discuss the ideas and to push forward. I will make this point, GT, that the current youth arm of the NNP are fresh people who have never been a part of the political discussion before. Amanda and others are brimming with fresh energy, and I'm excited about the new ideas that they're going to bring forward to be able to create innovative programs, policies, and projects to really touch people not only in the south of the island and within the network of Mr. Orlando Remain and others, but the people who are forgotten in the rural communities, people in St. Patrick's, Carriacou, and all over, who want to be other things than creatives. They also need to be given that attention as well. So I just wanted to say that point.
All right. Kitaka, of course, we got to that stage of the morning when we have to call it, wraps for today. I want to thank you a whole lot for being on the program this morning. My apology for, of course, that constant break that we've been having. You know how technology feels us at times. So I want to thank you once again. Anything in closing before we take a wrap this morning, sir?
Of course. I want to make this point. The current NDC administration have a history of being a one-term organization over the history. And being in power now, it seems like they have gotten a bit delusional in terms of the reality of life and a bit disconnected. And it's important for us to answer the call of the people, because we are receiving the calls daily. We are seeing how NNP is dominating the news and the media. And it's indicative of how concerned Grenada are with the state of affairs in the country right now, and the fact that they need NNP to be ready and prepared for the event that an election is called to return to the governance of the country. So we take that responsibility very, very seriously. And we want to ensure all the young people of Grenada, you can see energy, you can see vibe, you know fact from fiction, and you will see over time, because within the National Party going forward, it's not only going to be about telling, it's going to be about showing. And based on the turnout you saw at the youth convention, based on the content of what was shared by Amanda and the youth leaders, and based on the energy and the momentum that is developing behind the new National Party right now, you can tell that things are going to get better for the people of Grenada. And they have trusted us over the years to come after every time an NDC government gets into power to clean up the mess and the mistakes that they've made, and to take Grenada back to a pathway where they can elevate and be better. So, GT, I want to thank everyone who's called, and I also would like to thank all the people who called and gave their contributions and had different views. That's what makes our democracy very awesome. So, Mr. Romain and all the others, I definitely welcome you to call anytime I'm here for us to have those debates in the open for the Grenadian people to see and hear. So thank you, GT. I appreciate the time and continue to do the great work that you do.
All right, Kitaka, thank you also. Have yourself a great day, man. All the best. Hey, folks, as we take a wrap for this edition of To The Point, and of course, join me again tomorrow for another edition. That's what we say goodbye.